Hi everyone, thank you again once more for joining us at Dubai Watch Week. As you see, we are still here and we have with us a special guest, and he's here to tell us a bit more about, maybe you've seen it online already on Instagram, on WhatsApp's website probably, but here from the mouth of the man himself is the UR-112 nicknamed Aggregate, and it's called that because... Why is it called the Aggregate, Felix? Why this nickname?
Okay, Aggregat, das Aggregat in German means the turbine machines in airplanes. So actually it's several turbines working together, and this gives the air pressure, and that makes fly the airplane. And that, as a child, das Aggregat is really like a power institution of a system of machines working together to make one job.
It's a mechanical system of
different mechanical movements who do together one job: fly a machine, fly, or showing time. And this is what we do in the Aggregat 112.
Yes. No, that's perfect because time flies.
No, exactly.
Time
Actually,
flies.
space-time is related.
Yes.
And that's perfectly the sense of it.
It's part of the same space-time continuum, the same dimension. Anyway, enough of the philosophical and like esoteric talk. Felix is going to have a hands-on presentation. He's going to show us very exclusively, in his own words, himself,
With pleasure.
the movement of the 112. And if you could just stick your hands in there.
So now I'm pleased to show you the movement, the prototype movement of the 112 Aggregate. As you see, it's a very detailed movement. Actually, it's like two parts. We have a basic movement with the power reserve, the digital seconds, and the gear shaft, which is bringing the power from the center wheel to the second movement. So we have here the center, and then we go to the second movement, which is this aggregate, I call it, which is showing the time in a digital way. So to go a little bit closer, you can see this second wheel here is transmitting it to a disk, to a silicium disk, to show the digital seconds. This is going up here in the red center, in the red window. You see now the 10 is coming and showing the digital seconds. On the left side, we have the power reserve. Now I'm winding here, and you can see the power reserve is going up. And this power actually we need to transmit the power from the basic movement. So the basic movement is here in the middle. Here, that's the basic movement, and it transmits to the aggregate, which is here. So it's an incredible task to bring the energy through the gear shaft. You can see it's a 90 degrees of power. It goes into the shaft. From the shaft it goes into the second movement, and from the second middle part it goes into the minute carousel, and the minute carousel is winding like this. Now you see the 30, 31, 2, 35, 6, 7, and it goes up, and we are charging a spring in the center part of this aggregate. And now we are jumping from 8 to 9. So on the left side you see the 9th hour. The right side you see now this 2 minute. 2 minute, it goes further to 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So this is three systems working together. You have the digital seconds, you have the digital minutes, and the digital hours. And this together is the aggregate. So now I'm pleased to show you the finished watch before we had the movement. And now you can see here perfectly the shape of the case. So it's a perfectly ergonomic shape. It was very important to us that this crazy complicated satellite movement is also comfortable on the wrist. So you see here the back side, which keeps it very technical. And we have the crown on that side here. And actually the functioning of the crown is very specific because... So, okay, now we are unwinding position on the crown. And with that little lever here, you can pull the crown. Tack. And now it's on time setting mechanism. So with this little pull on the crown, you can bring the movement into time setting. What we are doing now. Now we are going up to 55 and now slowly to 60 and we bring up to, and now it's not jumping, that's very good. So we are going around again because it was not in the right position. 35, 40, 45, 55, and now we go on to 2 and 1 minute, and 2 and 5 minutes, and so we have this digital satellite system. You can see it here, probably even closer. So now to open the case, we have these two. Actually, we were thinking when we created this watch, it's very dangerous to have only one pusher, because then you are not conscious when you open the case. So with two pushers, you have to do it very consciously. This is what I did just now, pushing on both sides. That gives you a look into the power reserve on the left, and on the right side we have the seconds which are running now. So this is our titanium aggregate UR-112 case, which is actually based on an extreme complex construction. You can see in the middle, the case actually is very unusual here because it's fitted together in the center. So usually a case it's set up with a bottom, classically with a bottom, but here we do not have a bottom. We just have this little opening for the crown, but then we have this center case construction, and which is held together with these screws which are lateral. So you have these little screws here on that side. So that's a totally unique construction, which was actually somehow inspired by a very old Bugatti car, very collectible Bugatti car, the Atlantic SC57. So this is a car which Ralph Lauren showed me in his private collection when I visited him in New York, and it gave us a big impression to go to have the inspiration to finish this case. So this is UR-112 Aggregate.
I'm going to show it in a different light.
I'm very happy that actually Susan introduced me to that SL UV light here in this crazy machine, because it shows how brightly the digital hours are shining and the digital minutes. And this is really a trademark of Urwerk. All our minutes and hour indications are with superluminova enhanced. This comes from our inspiration of the night clocks. The origin of the Urwerk indication from the Italy 1652 night clocks. So it's very old, 400-year-old night clocks, which were actually made to be read and understood in night, during night. And these glowing numbers somehow are initiating the light which came through the skeletonized dials at the time. And today we have for sure this superluminova effect. It's perfect. And I can just quick open here both sides, back. So here you have the seconds digitally and the power reserve, also in superluminova. Cool. Okay, on the back side we do not have anything. So this is. Here you can see quite cool that how separate the case is between the main case and the aggregate, with the two sapphire domes, with actually all the satellites, the 8 satellites are with planetary gears. So this is a very complex piece.